Alright, what is up everybody? Welcome back to another video. So, I promised you guys that I would show you this Fluffal Orcust insane combo that's going on. Believe it or not, I have most of it here. I'm unfortunately somehow misplaced my second Galatea, and I misplaced my... I forget what it's called. It's my Dragon Buster Destruction Sword, something like that. Or yeah, something like that. It's one of the Buster Blader cards. I misplaced it, but I have it all here. I swear, once I get it all going, like, I will show you guys the card version of this. This is what it is, okay? It's just insane. You can end off with Dingirsu in Graveyard, Babble Out, you have Bardiche, you have the Buster Blader lock, extra deck lockdown. You can end with a Hope Harbinger if you have the correct amount of cards in your hand, or the correct amount of Fluffal cards in your hand. Then going during your opponent's turn, you can get out Dingirsu, and then rank it up into a Calamities, which is just absolutely insane. This is, I'm going to be doing this on EDO Pro because I said I'm missing a few cards. I didn't want to print out proxies. I actually want to have the cards. But yeah, Bardiche opens this up for Fluffals in such an incredible way. I used to play this back when Bardiche was actually off the ban list and we had Azathoth available. I would just Azathoth. But I think this is even better, to be honest, because you can end off with such a huge board. You do end up playing Dugaris, so you do skip your main phase one, but you go straight into battle phase, and you can still OTK because your opponent isn't going to be playing any cards because of this. So without further ado, let me just get this up for you guys. Here's the deck profile. So we're playing 3 Fluffal Dogs. It's your main search for the deck. We're playing 3 Fluffal Sheep because this is the card that special summons from hand. Special summons itself from hand, returns the dog to your hand, and then special summons an Edge Imp monster. We do play the Fluffal Penguin just in case we do open up the sheep and the Edge Imp chain, and we don't open up a dog. This works perfectly fine with Fluffal Penguin. It allows you to special summon another monster from your hand, and you know, it's just good. Then we do have the Fluffal Bear to get a toy vendor into our field. You know, Fluffal Bear, Fluffal Wings, basic, you know, synergy, basic combo for the Fluffal strategy. Then we do play 1 Fluffal Cat because if we do open up a toy vendor and we can pitch it off, we want to search Fluffal Cat if we don't have a Sabers in hand already. Then we do play the 3 Chains because Chain is literally the card that gets you Fright for Fusion from Graveyard to enable this combo. We do play the 1 Sabers because if we can get Sabers into the Graveyard and we can do proper fusions off with Sabers, we can actually end off with a Hope Harbinger. This is the one exception. If we don't have a Fluffal Cat or an Edge Imp Sabers, we can't really end off with the Hope Harbinger, which isn't that bad because you still end off with Calamities. Then we do have the 1 Armageddon Knight. You guys will see why. The Armageddon Knight sends all the Orcust stuff into the graveyard. We are playing the Phantom Knights package, the Silent Boots, and the Ancient Cloak because, of course, Bardiche is out, and these cards just enable Degeneracy. We are playing the Orcust Nightmare and the Orcust Symbol Skeleton. The Skeleton to special summon the Nightmare from the graveyard, and the Nightmare to special summon or to send Symbol Skeleton to the graveyard at the end of the turn. And then, of course, we have the Dragon Buster Destruction Sword just for that lockdown. We do play 3 toy vendors because the toy vendor literally is a free search. You can play it multiple times per turn, and it's just a free search. It'll give you any missing combo piece. Fright for Patchwork. If you open Fright for Patchwork and you don't open up Chain, it's better. Opening Fright for Patchwork is better than opening up Chain. Of course, the 1 Fright for Fusion because we can search it off after we send Chain to the graveyard. 3 Polys because we still do want, if we want to end off with that Hope Harbinger, which is extremely strong, we want to open up that polymerization. Foolish Burial Goods. Essentially, it's essentially playing 3 or 6 toy vendors. If you send it to the graveyard, the toy vendor gets you that search. We do play the 1 Invocation because we do go into Kaliga, and we play 5 equip cards just because, you know, we want to send forward to get Armageddon Knight, and we don't want to have to, if we draw into one of them, we want to be able to still have 4. Obviously, the Orchestrated Babble after we use Galatea's effect, the rank up, and the Shade Brigadine. I forget how to pronounce that, but these cards are literally insane. Bardiche has enabled such degeneracy in a lot of combos, and Fluffals is one of them. Of course, we still play the Fluffal whale, the Fright for Whale, Sabertooth, the Kraken, and the Sheep. The Sheep kind of is you kind of have to play it for this because you are using chain. If we were allowed to just use any edge imp monster, we would be running Wolf instead, but Wolf requires sabers and it just doesn't work with the combo. We do play the 1 invoked Kaliga because that Kaliga enables us to go into a rank 4 in the form of Dugaris. We do play 1 Union Carrier to get that lock going. We play Alistair, the Invoker of Madness, to be able to go into BARDICHE and get that invoked Kaliga later in turn. Obviously, Galatea for the Orcust engine, BARDICHE, the enabler of the whole deck. We do play 1 Isolde to be able to get Armageddon Knight out. We play the Hope Harbinger, I've already explained. The Calamities to end off with, and then the Degirsu, of course. So let me just go into some test hands for you guys real quick, and let me show you what this deck can actually do. So here is a perfect example of what I meant. This is an amazing hand. You activate Patchwork. We already have an Edge Imp Chain in hand, so we can get the sabers that we're missing. Opening up a toy vendor is incredibly insane because it enables so much stuff. You normally your dog does get the search, and we do actually want to have that cat in hand because that's going to give us the Hope Harbinger. You can then special summon Sheep, and using Sheep's second effect, we bounce back the dog and we special summon the chain. Because we now have 2 different attributes, we can special summon the Alistair, and then Edge Imp Chain is going to give us that Fright for Fusion. Next, we're going to activate that Fright for Fusion. We're going to special summon Sheep by banishing Sheep and Edge Imp Chain. We're going to special summon that Sheep, and Alistair is going to activate effect. We're going to pitch the Toy Vendor to get the invocation, and the Toy Vendor does activate in graveyard. So if we're missing anything, we can just draw into it. So let's see. We don't really need anything here. I guess we could just like get a Fluffal Bear just in case. We don't have a way of getting sabers into the graveyard, but we definitely will. Assuming we didn't have sabers or Fluffal Cat in that situation, that's what you would be going for. So next we're going to special summon the BARDICHE, and BARDICHE is going to activate. We are going to send the Ancient Cloak first. Make sure you do that, and then you set the Brigadane. Next, you're going to banish the Ancient Cloak, and you're going to activate this Brigadane. You don't have to chain, but it's better to just chain block than to not, you know? We do get the Silent Boots into hand, and then we're going to special summon that Silent Boots, and that now enables us to go into Isolde. Isolde, obviously, we don't want to activate the effect upon summon, but we are going to banish that to get our Phantom Knight rank up magic launch. Now you can activate the Isolde, send 4 equip cards. Make sure you do send the Phoenix Blade because sometimes you don't have that card to special summon sabers back from the graveyard. I always like to keep DDR just in case. But yeah, so now we are going to special summon the Armageddon Knight. The Armageddon Knight is going to send our first Orcust monster, and that's going to be in the form of Nightmare, Orcust Nightmare. Next, we are going to activate the Invocation. The Invocation is going to special summon as Kaliga. We're going to banish Sheep and Alistair, the Invoker of Madness. And that's going to give us a rank 4. We're going to special summon Dugaris and activate Dugaris' effect to discard, to remove 2 cards, and then special summon 1 from graveyard. And we're going to actually special summon Armageddon Knight, you know, basic recycling material. And this is we're going to send Orcust symbol Skeleton. This is where we go into Union Carrier using the Armageddon Knight and the Isolde. We go into Union Carrier. We are going to target the Phantom Knight's Rusty BARDICHE, and we're going to equip the Destruction Sword. Now your opponent's officially locked out of the extra deck, but we're not done yet. We are going to activate Polymerization. We're going to go to the Hope Harbinger before. So we're going to use Cat, and we're going to use Sabers. Cat's effect activates, giving us that Polymerization back. And then we can poly off once again. get the Sabertooth and the dog. And Sabertooth effect is going to activate, allowing us to get that Kraken back. They're both level 8. That's the important part. And that now lets us go into Hope Harbinger. We do want to special summon in defense position just in case if a lightning storm comes out. Either way, you can still negate it because you have Hope Harbinger, and you can negate an infinite impermanence. Next, you're going to activate the symbol skeleton. You're going to banish, and you're going to special summon the nightmare. And now you can use these to go into Galatea. Galatea effect. You're going to send that back into your deck, and then you're going to set the Babble. We're going to activate the Babble now. We're not going to negate that with our own effect. Next, we're going to send, no, not yet. We're going to special summon our Ningirsu for now. Now we're going to send our Orcust Nightmare. We're going to target our Ningirsu. Doesn't really matter what you target. And then we're going to send that back into the grave. Now you're thinking, how do we get that BARDICHE or that Ningirsu back into the graveyard so we can do the disruption combo with BARDICHE and Ningirsu? We're gonna actually special summon that, and we're gonna send that back. And in case you don't have that card and you only have Phantom Knight's Magic Launch, the importance of actually having this card in the graveyard is you can send those two and get it back into hand, and that's what you send back to the top of your deck to be able to special summon that Sabers, in case you don't have that extra spare card in your hand. By the way, that's just what I'm and then Galatea once again, boom, and you set that, and that's it. That's the turn. You end your turn. During your opponent's turn, you special summon. Obviously it doesn't let us do this right now, right? But just so that you guys get an idea, banish. You would special summon it here. Obviously, those two effects would activate. You would, if you'd be able to get 2 disruptions. We're just gonna hit no for now, and then during your opponent's turn, obviously, you know, we're just gonna just for show. During your opponent's turn, you then go into it's not letting me. Okay. Then obviously you go into your rank up, and then you get calamities. This is what your board is going to look like at the end of your opponent's turn. This is what it should look like. And yeah, obviously, you know, you just during their standby phase, main phase, whatever, you just activate all that stuff. You just get a bunch of disruption, and this is what your board looks like. It's insane. They can't go into the extra deck. You get 2 disruptions off. You get one off BARDICHE. You get one off of off your Ningirsu, and then after you don't have any more negates, you use your negate on Hope Harbinger. Then you go into True King Calamities, and then you just negate everything on board. But yeah, that's Fluffal Orcusts for you guys. Buster Blader lockdown apparently too. You can do whatever you want in this. It's ridiculously insane. Obviously you have to enter battle phase, and it's just you just win. You just win because it's so much damage. Obviously if you have this in attack mode, if you decide to summon it in attack mode, you just get game. But anyways, that's it for this video, guys. Here's the deck list once again. If you guys need another look at it, it's insane. It's amazing. Thank you, Bean Soldier. Me and Bean actually worked on this a tiny bit. I'll be honest. It was a lot of me, but Bean gave me a little insights here and there and a super late night stream. But yeah, that's the deck, guys. It's insane. Try it out. Make sure you guys leave a like, subscribe, hit that notification bell if you guys are interested in some more videos. Again, I'm going to try to perfect this deck. It's not super consistent, and it's not like the most like insane, you know, combo or whatever. It does need a little kinks, but I'm pretty happy with where it is right now. I am still going to be updating this and working on this, and once I get those cards, I'm gonna hopefully be able to do that combo in person, and I'll show you guys when that comes out. Anyways, again, all the links in the description below, all the important ones. Make sure you guys check them out, and there you go, guys. Fluffals can go into Orcust apparently. Have a good night, guys. See ya.